Hey everyone, my name is Jenny and this is my first baking video. So the holidays are here and that means tons of potlucks, family friend dinners, all that jazz. So I thought what better treat to bring to a potluck than chocolate chip cookies. So today I'll be showing you my chocolate chip cookie recipe. The cookies will be about this big and this thick, so I hope you enjoy. The ingredients that you're going to need are 2 sticks of butter, or a cup of butter cubed and cold, not room temperature, 2 cold eggs, lightly beaten with 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and in here I have 100 grams of white sugar and then 135 grams of brown sugar. And then for our flour, we're going to have 374 grams of all-purpose flour, or you can use bread flour as well. To this I have a teaspoon and a fourth of salt, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a fourth teaspoon of baking soda. And then about 2 cups of chocolate chips. I have 2 sizes here. I have the little flat wafers as well as the chocolate chips, and that's just going to ensure you get like a nice gooey melty center. So yeah, let's get started. If I can get my handy dandy cameraman over here. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're just going to beat down the butter. Let me get this here. Here we go. For about a minute and a half until it forms kind of like a ball. Alright, so we're just going to turn this on. And you just want to beat it until it turns into one big lump. Alright, that's good. So this is where I'm going to just dump in all of the sugar. And we're just going to cream this together for about 2 minutes. So you can always start slow at first and then crank it up. Okay, so once you get to about this point, you can see that it looks like, you can't see the individual grains of the sugar anymore. This is a good time to stop and scrape the sides of the bowl right before we add the eggs. So see how, we didn't have to use room temperature butter for the butter to break down or for the sugar to dissolve. That's why I love this recipe. And I'm just gonna scoop this off. Alrighty. So now at this point, we're going to slowly drizzle in our egg and vanilla mixture. So this is the part that I really want to show you guys, because everything is going to start looking irregular and clumpy, and that's like exactly what we want. All those little clumps and chunks is what's going to make the cookie chunky and have those little pockets of delicious salty butter. So right about here, if you can zoom in on this, or not zoom in, but get closer to this area, see how everything's kind of irregular, small clumps? This is a good time to add in your flour. And I like to add in my flour in 2 different parts. So I'll just dump in about half here. Put it down. And once that's just combined, I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest. And we're just gonna mix it until it's almost done. When you still see a little bit of the white flour around, that's when you stop, and then we're gonna hand mix in the chocolate chips. And we're pretty much almost done. So this recipe is super easy, you know. Just takes a little bit of trusting the process of it looking all crazy. So that's our dough. Let me see if I can take this off. I've never been behind the mixer before. Okay. I usually save this part for the cameraman. Alright, so I've moved the bowl to a lower table here just because it'll be easier for me to mix it in. But I have all my chocolate chips, and I'm just gonna dump that in there. And it looks like a lot, but trust me, you'll want it. So I'm just gonna quickly fold them in. It doesn't have to be perfect. Use the little turn and mash. And that's pretty much it. Now what I like to do after this is use an ice cream scoop to scoop out 12 equal cookie balls. We're gonna roll them up and then put them in the fridge for at least 3 hours or overnight if you can. And then the next day, you're gonna bake them at 375 for 18 to 20 minutes. And I'll show you that in the video later. So I just wanted to show you guys what they look like when they're bundled up. So see, they do make 12 even cookies if you're using, a scoop, or you can use a spoon and just measure it out. And yeah, I put them in on a tray like this in the fridge overnight. And that way when I'm ready to bake them, I just take them out and then bake them 6 at a time. Alright, so it's the next morning. I'm just gonna put them 9 on my silicone baking sheet. You can go ahead and use parchment paper as well. But yeah, we're gonna go in the oven here at 375. My oven is 18 minutes exactly. I've never done it more. But depending on the heat of your oven, you may need to go to 20 minutes. Look at the height on those cookies. Okay, so they've been in there for about 18 minutes. You can see the edges are nice and brown, and the top, not with none of that like dark brown color. That's when you want to take it out. And you're gonna see as it starts to cool, and I leave them on the rack for about 5 to 10 minutes. After I take them out, they're going to continue cooking as they cool. So don't rush this cooling process. Just let them cool naturally, and you're going to get a delicious center. So again, I just wanted to show you the difference between when they come out. See how they're nice and puffy. And then as they cool, that's when they get kind of all the nice little ridges and valleys here. This is from our first batch. Oh my god, it smells heavenly in here.